Hey, welcome, welcome. I am Dr. Tracy Dickens, and this is Sweet Joyful Soul. And I am a licensed psychologist who creates mental health education videos infused with science, faith, and information about whole health living, so you can be nourished body, mind, and soul. And today, I'm talking about sleep. It's something that we all need, and probably most of us are sleep deprived. And that impacts our health. And today I want to talk about that, but not just health as we know it. I want to talk about how it impacts our spiritual health. So by the end of this video, you will know 3 things about why sleep is important to our spiritual health and how that information can help you have a better life. So come on, let's get going. According to my mom, when I was an infant, there was one night where she and my dad snuck up to the nursery door to see if I was sleeping okay. When they opened the door, instead of finding a sleeping baby, they discovered a wide awake baby girl staring up at the ceiling and babbling to the stuffed animals around her. My dad turned to her and said, "I thought these babies were supposed to sleep more. I'm still a night owl, and I still babble to stuffed animals." One thing that has changed is I have learned to prioritize sleep. I learned prior to becoming a psychologist that when I got better sleep, that my day went better. And then when I got into grad school and learned the myriad theories about why we sleep and the impact it has on our health, everything started to click and make sense. Though one theory doesn't capture the total story, I do think when you know multiple theories and you can start to put the pieces of the puzzle together, you get this nice cohesive idea that if you're not sleeping, you're probably not living your best life. Here are a few. There's the inactive theory that is evolutionary in design. It suggests that we sleep at night because it is a time when we don't have the best vision and we would be at risk of being harmed by predators. The brain plasticity theory says we need time for our brain to have neural reorganization and growth so our brain can function optimally. And this really explains why babies sleep approximately 14 hours a day. Think of all the information that they're taking in when they're infants and toddlers and how much time our brain needs to organize and file and make sense of all that information. And then another theory that a lot of people look at is the restorative theory. And this one says that sleep gives our body a chance to repair any cellular depletion that we've had during the day, and it allows for our hormones to be replenished. I love a great theory, and I love that these theories really try and compel us to prioritize sleep. In our society today, we wear busyness as a badge, and we put on stress every day and just wear it around like some fashionable coat. But sleep deprivation is not fashionable, and it's not a beautiful badge. It causes a lot of health problems. Research also shows that our spiritual health has just as much of an impact on our health as sleep and exercise and the types of food that we eat. Yet, none of these theories talk about how sleep impacts our spiritual health or how our spiritual health can impact our sleep. I'm thinking since God created us, he probably had some great idea in mind that went beyond just our psychological and physical restoration and healing. Theologians will say anytime you're trying to understand a principle or a concept, it's really good to go back to the first time that concept or principle is mentioned, which is known as the law of first mention. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to time travel back to Genesis 2, where sleep is mentioned for the first time. So to give you a context about Genesis 2:21, prior to that verse, Adam has just finished naming the creatures of the air and the ocean and the land, and all of these creatures have companionship. They have an equal, a helpmate. We know that God intended for man, humankind, to be made in his image, an image that is a relationship because he's the Trinity. But yet here's Adam as just Adam. And so that's when we get to verse 21 that says, God caused a deep sleep to come over Adam, and he slept. And God took one of his ribs and closed the flesh at that place. And the Lord God made the rib he had taken from the man into a woman, and he brought her to the man. So in this context, we see that Adam had a need. I imagine that Adam didn't think he needed a companion. I mean, he was busy living his best life, naming all the creatures, living off the land, watching Netflix and Sports Center, just doing his thing. But God knew that in order to make it through this crazy, wacky world, that Adam is going to need a helpmate. I mean, think about our society today. We have so much busyness, and there's all these expectations that we have, and society is telling us this or that. But when we sleep, all of that's quieted. It's just us and silence. And it's an opportunity for what we truly need to surface to the top and for that need to be met. And I mean, more than just our body being restored, but to really get the deeper need that we have that we often don't even realize that we have, for something he wants to accomplish within us and through us and for the greater humankind. And whenever we sleep, he can give us that insight through our dreams. We see God speaking to people in their dreams and giving them visions. We see this over and over and over again in the Bible. We see this with Daniel and with Joseph and with Abraham, just to name a few, where he would just talk to people while they were sleeping, or right when they were going to bed, or right when they were about to wake up, give them a vision for what their life could be. So if you're liking this video so far, tap that like button. Go on. Tap the like button, because when you tap the like button, that lets YouTube know to spread this video to more people. Now, some of you may be thinking, now what does this have to do with me getting better sleep? Right now, next week, when you come back, I'm gonna give you some practical things that you can do to help with your sleep if you're struggling with that. But here's the thing, when we're trying to prioritize and change our behavior patterns in our lives, if we don't have a good why, any changes that we put in place, we won't stick with it. We have all these great plans about what we want to accomplish in the new year. But if you understand that all of the striving that we do every single day, and all the staying up late at night, and we're trying to sort through our problem, and we're worrying about what's going to happen and what we're going to do and how are we going to do it, and how are we going to get this paid, and how are we going to get over here, and how are we going to get Johnny to here and Jakeem over there, and all of this planning and busyness that we're doing, how we load our schedules down, and all of this work that we do, that is actually keeping us from getting the very thing that we need and want, which is a better life. Because we're not connecting to our source. We're not having any space to imagine and to create and to connect to a deeper purpose, a deeper meaning. And so if we want that better life, it starts with sleep. God's intention with sleep, when you look in the Bible, is to meet our needs, to fulfill the vision that he has for us. And that's something good to base your goal to sleep better on. It's like, you know what? Tonight I want to go to bed early. I want to start, implementing skills that will help me get to sleep better. I want to start doing things that help me reduce my stress so I can have space to really imagine the life that I say that I really want. So how does that sound? If this video resonated with you, then comment about that down below. And of course, like the video, subscribe. And remember, next week, I'm sharing information about practical skills that you can do to improve your sleep now that you have your why, about why you need to prioritize it. And as always, take care of yourself, take care of others, and have an incredibly blessed day. And I will see you in the next video.